Claire here in the Pacific Northwest Puget area, Grow Zone 8B. Bear with me on the sound today because I lost my microphone. But I've been gone on vacation for the last week and so much has changed since that time. So I want to show you guys what has popped up in the garden and talk about future plans and things that I'm noticing. So let's get to looking and I'll show you all the things. This was the day before we left for vacation and I was so afraid I was going to miss out on seeing the tulips because I feel like they, turn over really quickly. But here they are, showing that they are going to be there, and I prayed they'd be there for a week, and when I came back, here they were, opening up, not fully open, not fully spent, but here to add some color and some joy, and the narcissus had continue to open up and get so pretty and blushy and ruffly. I really enjoyed them. Too bad the daffodils got so much slug pressure this year. They didn't do well, but these did so great. And then this was the day before we left for our vacation. The cherry tree out front was just so full, and I was like so sad because these also lose their flowers so fast. And here it is now that we're back. A lot of the leaves have emerged and there's still some flowers, but not quite as beautiful as it was a week ago. Here is the front garden bed. All of the bluebells are here and they are about to open up with some beautiful blooms. And one thing that's so exciting to me this year is this columbines that I had planted. Last year I've got 1, 2, 3, and last year all they did was put out the leaves here at the bottom, and now they're growing in height this year. So I don't know if they're technically a biennial or if they are if that's just unique to me in my grow zone. But I'm excited to see some actual flowers this year. Also, I still have some I cut them down, but this is some snapdragons from last year. I think this is some sage right here, and then I have some more foxgloves or snapdragons. I've got 2 foxgloves that were here last year that I think are going to be putting off a flower in front of the rose bushes. And then we have another columbine, a little smaller one. And then this looks like a poppy, which I had one over in that spot. So I've got like a poppy start here and a poppy start, it looks like there. We'll see what comes up. But last year I had this paprika yarrow, and I did not save any seeds, and I thought, oh, it's dead, so I cut it down, and I was going to put something else here. But look, some new growth is going to come up in this spot with the same red paprika yarrow. Also, some things that I'm seeing in here that are exciting is this looks like the borage from last year. It dropped some seed and has put up some new growth. And I'm not really sure what else. I'm sure there'll be more surprises that pop up over the season from just dropping seed from things that I had planted in here. Last year, me and my sister had put wood chips over cardboard here. We didn't put any soil or anything like that. And as you can see, a lot of dandelions have germinated in here. And I'll try to pull one up. I'm gonna make some dandelion tea and some jelly. Oh, there's an earthworm right. Where'd you go? Where are you? Oh, right there. Popped up. But one thing that I'm noticing is that this is not as easy to pull up as in the hay bell garden, but still pretty effective at at being able to get most of the roots just by pulling, not even using a tool. But my dad got me a tool since I broke my other one that I might just pop out here and use. But it is really satisfying to see the roots come up in here. And I'll probably let these dandelions open up so that I can come and get the buds off of them so that I can soak them and make some dandelion jelly again this year. But I don't have plans for this yet. I think that I'm gonna do some small pumpkin varieties on this side so that they can grow up over the trellis. And I'm gonna be painting the steps this season and my front door. It's needed some TLC for a while. I think I will continue growing in grow bags here like I did last year with tomatoes and peppers. I'm not gonna grow peppers this year. I'll talk more about that another time. But I like this spot. I might even invest in some pots, bigger pots here and there. Since there's this rock here, I had wanted to get all of it out, but I don't know that I'm gonna have time. But I do like the colors here, and in this case I've got teals and blues and a few pink and a pink here. But I thought it just added a little bit of whimsy to this spot as well as vegetables. I have to show you this garden experiment that I did that I was really excited to do, and that's make a greenhouse out of milk jugs. And I have planted like 4 different varieties of snapdragons in about 4 different jugs. And I've also started some hollyhocks and some foxgloves, and it worked really great. One of my jugs, I did not put enough drain holes, I think, because it's very, very wet in there. But they're doing pretty well, and I'm excited to see them to continue to grow over the next few weeks before I pull them out and plant them in the actual garden. Here are our strawberries from last year. I did not cover them up or do anything special to them, and they have survived the winter, and they are putting off new growth, which is really, really exciting. So I'll probably intersperse some new strawberry plants in with these ones, but I was not expecting them to last that long. I have to show you guys the weed from hell. And I don't know if this is in every area of the US, but out here there is one called bindweed that is so prevalent. And I noticed that some bindweed starts had come up in the Three Sisters garden. And one thing, once again, I just had to show you guys because I am so impressed with how easy it was to get to as much of the root as I possibly could. Because with this, if you even leave like a minuscule amount of root, it'll just send up another shoot, and it becomes a whole system. So, and the more you pull it up, the weaker the root system gets. And I thought I had gotten rid of it last year, but it is back. So, but look at all the root that I am pulling up. Look how easy it is. I actually really love pulling up weeds when it's this easy to pull up. It's actually kind of pretty satisfying. But you know, I just kept getting roots, and it kept just pulling straight up, and it's like kind of aerating the dirt as well in the process, I guess. So probably a good thing. But once again, this is why I loved the straw bale and the dirt on top with the cardboard underneath method that I did last year. It has been my favorite thing. Speaking of straw, imagine my horror after recommending this to other people, coming back home and finding a bed full of grass. And so I pulled it up, and I was delighted to see it was not that rhizome grass. And then I realized it was seed must have been in the hay bale itself. And so here I am just kind of disturbing the roots. It's in the pathway. It's a little bit into the dirt area. And I don't foresee this actually becoming a huge problem. I'm just going to pull up what I find, and it's not that hard. And I'm also going to release my chickens into it. If you've ever had chickens, you know that if they find a blade of grass, they are going to eat it. So they are just going to have to go to town in here before I plant a bunch of seeds and stuff in this space. But I'm not worried about the green popping up. This area has been where I grew calendula last year, and they're starting to put off some buds, and they dropped a lot of seed last year, but me and Katana actually planted some seeds the other day in this space, and it looks like that there is some green popping up little seedlings. So whether it's from the calendula or what we planted, we will find out. Because when you have a toddler sow seeds, they get sort of thrown about a little bit willy-nilly. So that is a fun surprise we will encounter in a few weeks. Now that I've shown you my garden, I've got to show you what I've been up to for the last week. We went out west to the Nevada, Arizona, Utah area, looked at a bunch of cactuses because that's Connor's biggest thing now. We went to Vegas for like a day, and we went to a really cool show called Knights of the Round Table, I think. But it was a lot of cool stuff and jousting. It was very memorable. And then we went back to Utah to this place called Thanksgiving Point, and they have a lot of really cool stuff for you to look at. Like there's a butterfly sanctuary, and I just had to take a picture of like these specimen collections because they are so phenomenal. I've never seen some of these butterfly varieties. So beautiful. If I could plant whatever these guys need to be in my yard, I would do it in a heartbeat. But some of these I'm pretty sure don't live where I live. So if you get to see any of these varieties at your house, you're very, very blessed. And what was really cool is you get to go inside of this big atrium thing, and there's all these butterflies everywhere, and you're allowed to let them land on your finger, or if they're laying on something, you can put your finger underneath them so they can roost on you. But it was just so phenomenal. I kept forgetting to turn on my camera because I was so awestruck. But then there was this window that was just full of chrysalises of all different kinds of varieties. And if you know my sister, she raises butterflies, so this was like, you know, what she does, but on like a scale to like 1,000,000. And oh my gosh, it was so cool getting to see them just in their habitat, drinking all the things, getting snacks, and just being a delight, which I would love to have some more of this summer in my own garden. Thanks so much for sticking around to see what's happening in the garden and a few of our magical things we saw on vacation. I hope you'll have a fantastic week, and I can't wait to grow this garden alongside with you and hear about what's growing in yours. Let me know something that's popping up that you're just so excited to see bloom soon. You guys have a great day, and talk to you soon.